be offended. Okay, so we're gonna look at a bird. Hold on, let's look at a bird. We're gonna look at a Himalayan bird. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that pretty burb. It's like peacock, like multicolored and iridescent. It's so pretty. I love it. I understand why that's your favorite. That's really cool. It's a good looking bird. Brigitte, what's your favorite bird? Who else has a favorite bird? Are you guys just randomly asking me questions you can't answer yourself? I'm curious now. What is everyone else's favorite bird? Abby says I've seen it in the wild, both that and a peacock. Are peacocks native to Nepal too? Brig says my favorite bird is the bird of paradise. Brig, that's a flower. It's a flower. Kara says I'm trying to think if I actually have a favorite bird. Abby says yes, yes. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Because you see peacocks like in Indian, like art and movies and stuff, and it's Nepal's not very far from India. um, Lassie says is a penguin a bird? A penguin is definitely a bird. Kara says my favorite critter overall is a river otter, and my favorite insect is dragonflies. Ah, interesting. Um, Des says, I mean, Brig never defined what she meant by burp. Why are you taking her side? Why? After all of this, is it because I abandoned you as my duo? Am I being punished for playing with someone else? Abby says, yeah, peacocks are native to the South Asian subcontinent. Cool. Interesting. I guess I did know that and just didn't think about it. Because I don't actually spend that much time thinking about peacocks. And this is a close second. Okay, Abby actually has a lot of favorite burps. Look at that long tail! Oh, it's so cool! I think I've seen those in art too. The Indian Paradise Flycatcher. Briggs says, Des, let's make our own duo. Blackjack and hookers optional. What? This is a must. Abby says we call them comet tails in Nepal. Okay, magpies and grackles would be my favorites. I don't know why it took me ages to remember about them. Okay, so magpies steal stuff, and grackles. What's a grackle? Why is it your favorite? Kara, why is it your favorite? He says grackles are so annoying. Are they just, is it because they're annoying? Is that why? They're like loud flying rats because they what? Eat everything? Like, what's wrong with a rat? Rats serve an important purpose in the ecosystem. Kara says Abby grackles have so much personality. They're really pretty black birds with the cutest sound. Oh, they eat all the seeds in your bird feeder. They're smart like crows. Like, the smart birds are cool. I have a feeling the Carolina wrens are not actually that smart. And they bully the other birds. I mean, that's probably smart from an evolutionary perspective. Just because they're smart doesn't mean I have to respect them. Okay, opting out had to think about it a while, but maybe marsh hawks or Cooper's hawks. What do we know about marsh hawks and Cooper's hawks? Why are those cool? And magpies kept me company in Alaska. They wear tuxedos with a bit of flair. I'm actually gonna like flip these around real quick. All right, these are looking good actually. These are looking all right. These are looking all right. I'm just gonna flip flop them just because I can. Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking like muffins. I'm excited to try these. I wonder if they're going to be like, so one of the things that's true of my brownie recipe, and I don't know if this is just like a chocolate thing in general, I haven't really thought about it, but like this brownie recipe that I use, the chewy brownie recipe, from Brave Tart, so Stella Parks, the pastry writer from Serious Eats, um, is not good warm. They're just not good warm. They're just not. Like, they're just not good. Like, they need, like, the crumb has to set properly. After they're cool, they're the best brownies I've ever had. But you can't just eat them, like, warm out of the pan, which is, like, kind of disappointing. But also, like, I just know how good they're going to be when you let them set. And so, yeah, that's what I like them better when they're not. Okay. So Kara says, and magpies kept me. Okay, I read that part. Opting out to small active raptors that are fun to watch hunt. Oh, okay, so it's fun to watch them. Abby says, listen, I live in an ornithologist household. I have very strong opinions about some birds. That's true. You do. Opting out says sharp shins are arguably prettier, but less fun to watch. Are they just not? Do they? I mean, Cooper's hawks. I don't know about marsh hawks, but Cooper's hawks do the dive thing, right? Kara says grackles chilled all around with me in Kansas. I fed them sunflower seeds, and they were really respectful to each other, surprisingly enough. Abby says, Kara, get wingspan so we can play together. Abby, maybe it's living in New York that had given your grackles too much attitude, is very likely. I mean, but not New York City, though, is the thing. And people from other places in New York, do they have the same attitude as New York City? I don't know that they do. So one of the cool things about where I live is that we do get a lot of migratory birds, right? Because we are kind of like in a fairly temperate climate along a migratory bird path. And then also when we go out to like our you can kind of go out towards the Potomac River. And some of the parks out there have things like bald eagles. Like, watching a bald eagle is pretty cool. And it's not because of the whole rah-rah America thing. They're huge. They're enormous. They're so big. Uh, Hell Chosen One says, oh my god, yes, wingspan. Also, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good morning. Obviously, this is a migratory stop, so there's a lot of birds that come through, so competition is harsh. Kara says, I was not impressed by the people in Saranac Lake, New York. Abby says, I just feel bad for the little nuthatches and cardinals and stuff because they get bullied. Aww. Bald eagles chirp. Opting out says, Coopers will dive. Yes, marsh hawks will fly really slow, even hovering or moving backwards with the wind over a field, and then dive on small prey. Interesting. Oh yeah, northern New York is like being in the deep south. Car loved hearing them in Alaska. Thank you for that shout out for El Chosen One. I know we were talking about Path of Exile 2 the other day. I can't remember what the context was. Oh, I think Lassie was talking